All right, so as I look ahead to Poirier versus Hooker, there's a few moving parts here that I hope that you are observing. Look, all Dan Hooker wants is a world title fight, okay? We understand that. A lot of the guys in the division are that same way, but Hooker is a little bit different in that he has done everything asked of him to get him closer to that goal. He happens to be in the hardest weight class that the sport has, and the hardest weight class that the sport has ever seen at 155. It is log jammed to the highest of levels. Where does Tony Ferguson fit into this? What is Conor doing? Is Conor, in fact, retired? And then, of course, the championship match itself, which is Gaethje versus Khabib, which is moved out till September, which means whoever comes out of that and fights again at the earliest is going to be in December. So Hooker winning this Saturday, are we to make believe that he's just going to sit out for a potential fight, which he hasn't even been promised until December? It's a lot to accept, but Hooker does everything right. Hooker has done everything right for a meaningful period of time. He is partners and teammates with Adesanya, who is always a step ahead. And I don't know if these guys, his coach brings this to them or if they sit down as friends and they study and work things out, but these guys are chess players, case in point. Hooker came out this morning, okay? He's getting ready to fight Poirier. He's going to fight Poirier in a couple of days. Comes out this morning, uses the media opportunity to discuss his fight with Poirier to take shots at Justin Gaethje. Now, just start with that. I love when a guy does that. I love when a guy has a fight, is asked to talk about that fight, is given certain media opportunities, but instead of building the fight that he already has, he uses those opportunities to build a fight that he does not yet have. It is very rare. It is very obvious. It is right in front of you. It is the right thing to do. But it's very rare that you will get an athlete to ever see the benefit in that. Now, notice why he's calling out Gaethje. He is hedging his bet. He is taking a very big risk. But right now, nobody in the division is calling out Gaethje. Why? Gaethje's not the champion. Khabib is. I got the interim. I got the undisputed. But you see what I'm talking about. Guys are going after Khabib. Hooker is taking a calculated risk that Gaethje is going to get the upset on Khabib, and he's going to be the only guy who has called out Gaethje. It's going to leave him on an island in a side of the pool all by himself, where I am the only guy that has any kind of heat with Gaethje. Oh, and by the way, I'm the number one contender. It's a very interesting play. Whether it works out or not, the play, strategically thought out, planning ahead, is very, very smart. But this is what you get from Hooker. If you're a young and aspiring fighter, Hooker's a great guy to go watch. He's got techniques and he's got a skill set and he's got training methods that are a little bit ahead of the curve, sure. But he has mental warfare and strategies that shows he observes and understands the way this game is played. For him to be going into a fight with Poirier but talking about Gaethje is a very interesting thing. And you might ask yourself, why is he doing that? Well, the why is right in front of you. If I was to start talking about what are you going to see next with a win for Hooker Saturday, let's say Hooker beats Poirier, what is going to be next? We have several guesses. We have several guesses because we can just look at what he said. He would be one half of what's next for him, so we could default back very easily on a human element to what he has said. If I was to ask you the same question about Poirier, you'd be left with a straight up shot in the dark guess. And you'd largely get it right. Well, something big and something good, and Dustin's a big star, and Dustin's the former champion of the world. You'd be left with something very good. But do you want to be left with a guess, or do you want to have a control mechanism in steering your own career like Hooker's doing? There's chess being played with Hooker. There's chess being played with these guys out there in Auckland. They're not just some of the best guys in the world with one of the best teams. They understand what's going on, and there's no way that they just get this as fans. There's no way that they don't have strategy sessions. Whether it's Adesanya and Hooker sitting around bouncing ideas off each other, or they do it separately and they come in the gym and they talk about it, but their minds are working a little bit different. To watch this chess being played is very fascinating for me.